Hey guys, Quacks here, and not so long ago, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls released a new character reveal trailer. With a familiar face like Storm and 3 new ones, such as Magic, who we all know has been rapidly gaining in popularity as of recently, Wolverine, you can't have a Marvel fighting game without the man himself, or any Marvel game in fact. Lastly, Danger. Who is that again? Alright. Danger is the consciousness of the Danger Room where the X-Men is trained, She started off as a villain in the comics, but she helped the X-Men from time to time, I'm pretty sure. And wow, they really changed her design for this game. Didn't know this is Marvel Tokon Anime Souls. No? Alright. And at the very end of the trailer, we could see 5 already known characters grayed out with Storm being colored in. In big bold letters, it says, "Which team will assemble next?" Now this leads us to believe that these 5, Captain America, Storm, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, and Ghost Rider, are our team captains. As in the trailer, we are shown that Storm is the leader of the Unbreakable X-Men team. People have pointed out that the assemble is highlighted in orange, and we start to believe that Captain America's team will assemble next, which, the next trailer would be. The most popular and obvious predictions for his team is the Avengers. I mean, come on, it's Captain America.
Avengers! Assemble.
And the other ones are, Storm's obviously leading the X-Men. Spider-Man could be leading a street level team, which most people assume, but he could also be leading like a new younger Avengers team, or just like, the new generation. Doctor Doom will most likely be leading a villain team, or he could be leading a cosmic level team. More on that later. And Ghost Rider will probably be leading the Midnight Suns. I mean, that's kind of obvious. So now we could get to predicting the roster. But firstly, after doing some research, I heard that the Marvel Tokon developers want to have different character than previous fighting games that feature Marvel. With that being said, it could be useful for everyone's predictions, since not all the characters will be the obvious picks, like the big faces of Marvel. They won't be too niche, maybe like Danger, but oh, I almost forgot. Someone at Tokon headquarters actually made a big oopsie and revealed the roster size that will be at release, which is 20 fighters. No more, no less. This helps majorly in our predictions because we know not to include too many people on a team. I mean, we kind of knew that. We didn't know if there's going to be any more teams though, because we know there's 4 to a team. It's a 4v4, kind of like a 1v1, because they share a health bar. Alright, predicting time for this time. Let's get into it. For Captain America's team, like I said previously, we could take a wild guess, go out on a limb here and say it's the Avengers. Since Iron Man is not a leader of a team, he will have to be put on one of these teams, and obviously he would go on the Avengers. I mean, he fits perfectly. So now we have Captain America and Iron Man down. Who could be our other 2 to make floor? Fans have noticed that Thor is spotted on a statue next to Captain America and Iron Man in one of the background of the stages. And they're all in their classic outfits, which if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition of the game, you'll get those classic outfits for Captain America and Iron Man. So they could easily do the same for Thor. I mean, it kind of works here. It would be a safe pick to say that Thor might be on this team. So we're just going to leave it at that and say I would pick him to be on this team. Even though he's very well known in Marvel, he would make the most sense. Okay, I know I said the devs said they didn't want to go with the 2 popular characters and the characters that's been in previous fighting games, but when you think of the Avengers, you think of 4 of them. Who do you think of? Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and, come on, the Incredible Hulk. Obviously you need Hulk. I mean, come on. Hulk is strongest there is. I just can't see him not being in this game. And he's like a very simple character. Well, moves wise, powers wise. But, I just, the Avengers, that makes up the 4, I can't see anyone else being on this team but Hulk. So with the Avengers team being done, that's 2 teams we have out of the way, including the X-Men, of course. Next up is Spider-Man's team. Now, for me, and probably everyone else, we want to see him lead a street level heroes team. Street levels is all what the fans love. And I feel like that's where probably their best characters are. Spider-Man's obviously up there. But first of all, I have to say that Miss Marvel is also not a team leader, so she will have to fit on one of these teams, and it would make most sense to put her on Spider-Man's team, which is also why I said this team could also be a new Avengers team or like a young generation team, new generation team, because it's kind of, I don't really know much about Miss Marvel, but I'm pretty sure she's also street level, so I'm just deciding between the two. But unless she's like some cosmic level threat and she like rules the universe, I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. So with those two out of the way, for my third pick,
I see you.
what was that? Okay, my third pick will be the man without fear, obviously, Daredevil.
Let the devil out!
Come on, guys. Everyone wants him in this game. Everyone wants him in the game in general. You know, I don't think he's been in an actual fighting game before. Not like one of those, just like a 2D fighting game or 2.5D. And everyone's actually just been asking for this guy. And Daredevil's just one of those characters that's like, as the years go on, he's being seen less and less. Like, he's still known, but I don't see him that often now. Not to mention that Matt Murdock can be seen in the window of the background of the stage. So that's 3 down, and there's 1 to go. There's debate about this last slot, but for me, and what I've seen from a lot of people, we think Moon Knight could fit it.
The moon!
He could be a pretty unique character, and I trust Arxis to do him right. Again, Moon Knight is not someone that I see in a lot of video games that feature Marvel. You know, it's just the main characters, the Avengers, Spider-Man. So I feel like putting him in this game would just feel right. So that's 3 out of the 5 teams so far. It's looking like a good roster to me. Now we're on the Doctor Doom's team. Now, remember what I said earlier. He could be a villain's team, or he could be a cosmic level team. Also to mention, I didn't really think of the cosmic level thing until I saw another YouTuber point this out. Reason being is that Star-Lord, when he is not a team captain, he has to fit on one of these teams, like I said for the other 2. But he's not an Avenger. He's not roaming around in the streets. Definitely not the new generation. He's like, what, 40 years old? And he is not a part of the Midnight Suns. So he's not a villain. So what would make the most sense is that we make Doom lead a cosmic level team and we'll just like slap Star-Lord right on there. Oh, so he's cheating on the Guardians of the Galaxy now? This is why Gamora died in the movie. Some might say, oh, well, Doctor Doom isn't a cosmic level threat. And to that I say, pick up the right comic. Now, since we have those 2 down, who would be the other 2? So we have Doctor Doom and Star-Lord. Who would be the other 2 cosmic people to be on this team? Now, the YouTuber I watched pointed this out. At the end of the trailer, next to Ghost Rider, you can see this star. Why is this important? Because at the bottom, you can also see a web which resembles Spider-Man, obviously. So we can assume that this star also resembles and means something. Now, this reminds me of 2 people, Captain Marvel and Nova. And come on, guys, Captain Marvel would be cool, but like, you know who's cooler? Nova. Look at the design, and his powers are pretty cool too. So him being in this game would just be cool overall. Now, I don't know that very much about Nova, which this also gives me another reason to read up on him. I only know him from a few comics and that one Spider-Man show we don't talk about. Now, for the last character, I was actually shocked here what this guy said. Champion. In the background of these stages, there's also graffiti referencing about the walls saying, "Fear the champion." And it just makes perfect sense. At the beginning of the trailer, you can see this shadow, and you can see the gauntlet on his hand that kind of looks like what Champion would wear. He has the skin similar to Champion, so you know it's all coming together. I think it's pretty cool, and I would love to see him in the game. I was introduced to him in a game called Marvel Contest of Champions. Anyways, I'm gonna be running out of time here, so let's move on to the last team real quick. Ghost Rider's team, the Midnight Suns. I'm still pretty mad that they did Robbie over Danny and Johnny. I mean, it makes sense. The designer's game is made to be like futuristic and modern, so obviously they would do the new generation of the Ghost Rider. Or for Tokon, please make it up to me and make a Johnny Blaze blue suit skin. I know you have the power. I know you can do it, please. Anyways, we actually have 3 spots to work with here, so for my picks, I'd like to see Dr. Voodoo, Man-Thing, and Blade. But you know, if those don't work out, we can also do Doctor Strange. Also, if Moon Knight doesn't work on the Street Levels hero team, we can just slap him onto here because he's also a part of the Midnight Suns. But with that being said, those are my picks, well, most of my picks. And I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions and your own picks down in the comments below. Who did I miss? Who do you personally want to be in the game? And who would make the most sense to come into the game? Also, while you're down there, it would mean the world to me if you liked and even subscribed. I plan on making more videos just like this, an actual gameplay of Marvel Tokon when it comes out. Not to brag, but I'm pretty good at fighting games. Yeah, okay. And I did get to play the Marvel Tokon beta. It was actually really peak. I'm so sad and bad that I can't play it anymore. They released one last beta before the game actually drops, and we could play as the X-Men. That would be pretty cool. My next video will also be on what characters they should add to Marvel Rivals. I'll be going based on what people said and what I personally want to see. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, my friends.